unleash America's economic potential was to deregulate. And I know it's the most uninteresting thing to talk about, but I think it's one of the most important things that we did, and it's what you'll have in me as a pro-growth America First congressman. When we were campaigning in 2016, I'll never forget flying to Pennsylvania, and President Trump called me and a few folks over and said, "Hey guys, at this rally I want to talk about deregulation." How can you do that? It's this nebulous thing, and it's hard to describe. And of course, President Trump, who is the best marketer I've ever seen, says, "You know what, I'm going to be simple. I'm going to say for every regulation on the books, we're going to cut 2 existing regulations." So what was our scorecard? How did we do at the end of the administration? For every regulation on the books under the Trump administration, 8 existing regulations were repealed. And I think that's the type of America First leadership we want and we need, and not just our next president, but our next Congress, and I'd be proud to do that. The third thing we did, if you want to fix the economy, if you want to fight inflation, is to unleash America's energy potential. Energy costs are associated with every rising price you see across the board. It takes money and it costs a lot of energy. The energy costs a whole lot when you have to import your energy into America. So I talk about this a lot. God has blessed us with abundant resources, but every single time America starts to be the global leader in some energy source, the Democrats say it's dirty, it's messy, and we have to move on to something else. First it was coal. If you look at all the coal up and down the Appalachian Mountains, the Democrats declared war on coal about 10 years ago. And then we moved to liquefied natural gas. Natural gas comes all across the Gulf of Mexico and American territory. That too has been declared war on by the Democrats. We should harvest the energy that we have. God has blessed us with abundant resources. So let's harvest that energy. Let's build more pipelines. Let's accelerate more permitting. And let's drill to ensure that we can unleash our energy potential. Those are the 3 things that I want to talk about when talking about the economy. That's where President Trump is aligned. And to me, it's very clear night and day where Kamala Harris is. She wants to tax you. She wants a big government to control every aspect of your life. And for those of you that think about what that looks like, let's look back to what happened in January 2021. From that first year in office, with all the COVID mandates that they applied, if you, like myself, believed in natural immunity, if you didn't want to submit to the vaccine, you were considered a second-class citizen by the Biden-Harris regime. That's exactly what they want to do in this country. They want the government to control more aspects of our life. So when we're talking about the economy, to me, the case is clear. We talk about illegal immigration. On the debate stage today, I asked my opponent the question. I said, look, under President Trump, I worked with him to build the most secure border in the history of our country. But we've seen, we now have 20 million illegal immigrants living within our country. So I asked my opponent, I said, look, do you support the plan that an overwhelming majority of Americans support to deport the illegal immigrants who are here, many of whom have unbelievably violent criminal pasts? And she questioned me. She said, first off, there are not that many illegal immigrants here. My opponent said, more importantly, that they're not committing crimes and you don't have to worry about it. So that's the division that you have, and that's the amnesia that so many in our country have when it comes to the problems we have with illegal immigration. If anybody had a chance to watch President Trump's rally and visit to Aurora, Colorado last week, you saw him talk about, I'm gonna, on day 1, send all the law enforcement I possibly can to dismantle these criminal gangs that have overtaken cities and communities in Colorado. That's coming here. I mean, in Lamar County, I know we've got challenges. You go up on the horse track. You've got a lot of challenges here in the surrounding area. We don't want what happened in Aurora to happen to our community. So we need, and one of the things I'm proud to say is if you elect me to Congress, I will support President Trump's plan to carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in our country's history.